truth was known and the light was shown. Every hidden part of my soul, most would turn away, shake their heads and say, he still has such a long way to go. If the truth was known, you'd see that the only good in me is Jesus, the grace of Jesus. If the walls could speak of the times I'd weak, everybody thought I was strong. Could I show my face if it weren't for the grace of the one who's known the truth all along? If the walls could speak, they'd say that my only hope is the grace of Jesus, the grace of Jesus. But oh, the goodness and the grace in Him. He takes it all and makes it mine, causes His light in me to shine, and He loves me with a love that never ends. Just as I am, not as I do. Could this be real? Could this be true? This could only be a miracle. This could only be the miracle of mercy. Hey guys, just sitting in my house in my slippers, and just wanted to share with you this week from the setting. A little different for me. Last week we talked a little bit about how it's not what we do, but what God does for us. And in Him, all of it is secure. And I want to encourage you a little more this week in the same vein, in the fact that there are so many people trying to figure out what's coming, trying to figure out what is happening with this whole pandemic and where are things going, and there's a lot of fear. But God talks about in Deuteronomy that we're not to look to divination, look for the future, try and figure out the future, all those kind of things. And a lot of that has, a lot to do with tapping into realities that we shouldn't be connecting with and trying to do these spiritual things. But I thought about it in light of what we're looking at and all of what's going on in the world, and how many people are trying to figure out, well, where are things going? What's it going to be? What do we do? Because we don't know. It's almost like debilitating. People are frozen in that. But isn't there an element of that when God says, don't try and learn the future? Because what He's saying is, what good would it do you to know the future anyway? What He's saying is, trust me. I know the future, and I have it in my hands. In Matthew chapter 10, verse 16, it talks about being wise as serpents and gentle as doves. And He was talking to His disciples as they were going out, preparing to share with the world what Jesus had done on their behalf. And He said, you're going out like sheep among wolves. And when we think about what we're faced with in this world, it can feel like we're sheep amongst wolves. And it's very uneasy. But remembering the fact that we don't need to know the future to be wise as serpents. Just be wise in what we do know. So as we move forward in this time of uncertainty, there are some things that you do know. It's good to be ready for difficult situations. So as cautioned by many, have a couple of weeks worth of food at your disposal. That's a smart thing to do. And it goes in line with what God's talking about. Be wise as serpents, gentle as doves. Do the things that we know and are smart to do but then relax in this world. Don't go out, and build a bunker and fill it with freeze-dried rations and head to the grocery store, hip-checking children and elderly people away from the last roll of toilet paper. Okay? Just do the smart thing, be ready, and yet know that it's okay. God's got it in his hands. In him we find peace no matter what we may face. In Philippians chapter 4, verses 5 and 7, it says, that we should be praying for the things, the supplications, the things that God can give us, and that we would then be filled with a peace that surpasses all human comprehension. And that peace is something that we can't generate, we can't build. What we have to be able to do is, knowing who God is and what he has for us, trust in him, and that peace will be generated from within. Could knowing the future change your approach to life? If so, how much would you have to know? And by when? And as many people have brought up even a movie that I remember seeing with Robin Williams, would you want to know when the end of your life was coming? Those kind of things would be almost disturbing. But could it be more simple to know the one who does know all of those things and is on your side and has you back? That's the kind of thing I'm talking about, is that we can know the one who has all those details in mind. And what he wants to do is simply say, you don't have to worry about it. I've got it. Do what you can do in the time that you can. Be smart and yet be peaceful. You see, if you have that element behind you, you're free to live at peace, moment by moment, knowing that whatever may come is okay. And in times like this, that is more precious than gold. Someone said, it's not the dates on the gravestone that really matter. It's the dash between them that defines a life. We can know certain things about life and what's going to happen and what's going to come, but will that give us peace? If we can live in true peace in the time that we do have between the numbers, live in peace in that one little dash, isn't that far more precious than knowing any future events? So it's really life. Is it really life, to worry about what may be? God wants you to have life and have it to the fullest. In John chapter 10, he says, I came that I might give you life and give it abundantly. That abundant life comes from the things he has for us, not the things we build into our lives, but knowing that he has it, he's going to continue to give us things we can't even imagine, and we certainly can't generate on our own. And in them, there is abundant life. There's freedom, there's peace, there's joy. And if you can have freedom and peace and joy that fills more of that dash, that's what life truly is about. He wants to know you as family, and he wants you to know him for who he truly is, a loving Father. Because then you'll understand and know how much he wants, not from you, but how much he wants for you. If you can find that, you'll find peace. As someone said, and I've seen on the bumper stickers before, no God, N-O, no peace, N-O. No God, K-N-O-W, no peace. God bless you this week, and I pray that you do find peace as you continue to trust in him. God bless.